So great, and welcome to today's session. This financial reporting and analysis. Financial reporting and analysis. And today we're going to look at the analysis bit. The analysis bit. Analysis of financial statement. Analysis of financial statement. And this topic, we shall be able to look at several components of financial statement and see how they are analyzed. We have several components of financial statement, and we will be able to see how they are analyzed. You know that, yes, a financial statement, it can be more meaningful to the users if it is analyzed. It can be more meaningful to the users if it is analyzed. Maybe you can remind us some of the users. What are some of the users of financial statement? What are some of the users of financial statement? Mention one or two users of financial statement. I know this one you did. Your financial, creditors, shareholders, creditors, shareholders, investors, customers, suppliers, government. Look at the users, users of financial statement, right? So we need to know the performance, the real performance stuffs, yes. The real performance of the entity. And the real performance. Employees, yes. The performance of that entity. Through that, investors are able to make decisions, or the prospective investors can be able to at least make a decision of whether they can invest in that company or not. So we have several components, almost 5 components of financial statements. Component of financial statement are 5 components. Components of financial statement. We have income statement, statement of financial position, statement of cash flow, statement of changes in equity, and now the 5th one is the notes to financial statement. So those are 5 of them. So we want us to introduce the topic. We introduce the topic very fast. We introduce the topic very fast. So you say that financial statement analysis are mainly prepared. Financial statement analysis are mainly prepared for decision-making purposes. Financial statement analysis are mainly prepared for decision-making purposes. Full stop. Financial statement analysis are mainly prepared for decision-making purposes. Full stop. But the information as provided, in the financial statement, but the information as provided in the financial statement is not adequately, but the information as provided in the financial statement is not adequately, it's not enough, is not adequately helpful in drawing a meaningful conclusion. Helpful in drawing a meaningful conclusion. Meaningful conclusion. Therefore, full stop, and then continue and say, therefore, an effective analysis, an effective analysis and interpretation and effective analysis and interpretation of financial statement is required. Of financial statements is required. Is required like that. Like that. So below here, you can have the component of financial statement, and we have said there are around 5 components of financial statement, and then we look at the tools that help us to analyze the financial statement. So components of financial statement, we can list them very fast, though we shall be looking at major 2 components of financial statements. So tumesema tuko na gani na gani na gani? Income statement, statement of financial position, so we shall measure on the 2, but we usually have cash flow statement. Cash flow statement. Cash flow statement number 4. Number 4. We have statement of changes in equity. 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 And notes to financial statement. And notes to financial statement. Then we have the tools. Tools that are used in analysis. Tools of financial statement analysis. Tools. Tools of financial statement analysis. So we have 3 major tools. The first one is common size analysis. This is also known as vertical. Number 2, we have horizontal analysis, also known as trend analysis. Trend. Number 3, we have ratio analysis. So these are the 3 tools that we shall be using to analyze the financial statement. Hata examiner will ask you, maybe you analyze the financial statement using common size analysis, horizontal analysis, or ratio analysis. So we can start with the first one, the common size or vertical analysis. The common size or vertical analysis. Common size or vertical analysis. Common size or vertical analysis. So under this method, we shall be expressing all the items of income and expenses as a percentage of sale. All the items of income and expenses as a percentage of sale. Whereby, if I'm having sale, I expect that sale to be 100%, because I just need to know which proportion is this expense as far as sale are concerned. If I deal with the admin expenses, I'll just pick that the item of admin, I divide with that of my sales, and then I multiply by 100 to get the proportion or the percentage of that admin cost, right? So if it comes to the income statement, we look at the total sales. So you express the item of income and expenses as a percentage of sale. On the other hand, we have a statement of financial position, that's balance sheet. We express all the items of asset and liabilities as a percentage of total assets. That's the only thing that you need to know. That as far as income statement is concerned, we express the items of income and expenses as a percentage of total sales. What about our balance sheet? We express all the items of asset and liabilities as a percentage of total asset, like that. That's all about this method. So you write and say, the common size statements. The common size statement. The common size method. 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 Common size method. Common size method. Help us to express. Help us to express all the items of income and expenses as a percentage of total sales or revenue. This is as far as the income statement is concerned. Hapo ni kwa income statement. On the other hand, we have the balance sheet. The balance sheet. Balance sheet. On the other hand, all the items of asset and liabilities, are expressed are expressed as a percentage of, total what? As a percentage of total, as a percentage of total asset. Are expressed as a percentage of total asset. So that's the key point. That's what you need to understand. So if the examiner gives you a question, I want you to analyze the financial statement using the vertical method. Kindly remember that as far as the income statement is concerned, you're supposed to express those items of expenses and income as a percentage of total revenue or sale. On the other hand, when you're dealing with the balance sheet or the statement of financial position, those items of asset and liability should be expressed as a percentage of total asset. For example, for income statement, let's look at the income statement. Income statement like that. Income statement like that. So we have two companies. Say that example for the income statement, we have M Limited and N Limited are companies operating in the same line of business. Below are their financial statements. No. Okay, it's okay. I'm going to use order. I'll put both the balance sheet and the income statement. So I start with the income statement. M Limited and N Limited income statement. Income statement. So we start with the income statement first. Like that. Of course, for the year ended. So I'll be having the details here. So what I want you to do is to have this column for detail. This column for detail, right? Right. Then have M Limited. Then leave some space for the percentages. Percentage, because here you just change that one. And then have the other N Limited. And then percentage change. Percentage change. Because here we're just looking at the percentage change. Please, if you've done that, confirm. Confirm that you have that. Confirm that you have that. Confirm that you have that. You need to analyze the income statement. Do you have that? You have that. Confirm that you have that. Once you confirm, we'll move on. George is there. Great. Good. Alex is also up there. Great. Now we have a revenue. Revenue for this is 7,000. For this company was 5,000. You have the cost of sale. Cost of sale is 2,000 here, 1,000 here. I know cost of sale reduces my revenue. Therefore, I'm able to get the gross profit. Yeah, the gross profit is 5,000. Here is 4,000. I can less expenses. Less expenses. Less expenses. So for the expenses, I have maybe admin cost. Admin cost of 500. Admin cost of 200. Distribution cost. Distribution cost of 200, 300. And that is it. I'll not put all the items because the treatment, remember that we said that all the items of income and expenses, items of income and all the any item here, we need to express it. Like for instance, if I want now to get the percentage of my revenue for M Limited, I just pick 7,000 divide by 7,000 times 100. What will I get? 7,000. You indicate somewhere so that when you'll be revising, you're able to remember. So it will be 7,000 divided by 7,000 times 100. Napata ngapi? How much? How much? 7,000 divided by 7,000 times 100. I'm waiting. 100%. Yes, my revenue will always be 100%. Hata huku 100%. Tuna-analyze tukitumia nini? Tuna-analyze tukitumia vertical or common size method. Let's go to cost of sale. Ignore the bracket. I know cost of sale is a negative, right? I know it's a negative. It is a cost, and that's why I've just put the bracket. So ignore the bracket. You cannot say that at minus 2,000 divided by 7. It is 2,000 divided by 7,000. Let's say times 100. How much is that? How much is that? How much is the cost of sale as a percentage? What is the proportion of this cost of sale as far as revenue is concerned? Ngapi? Pate hiyo ya M Limited. M Limited 28.5. Thank you so much. 28.5%. That means 28.5%. 28.5% of the total sales were used as the what? As the cost of sale. Let's move to the other one. 1,000 divided by 5,000 times 100. What is the percentage of cost of sale used here? What is the percentage? 20%. 20%. Remember we said all the items, even the gross profit, 5,000 divided by 7,000. Of course, it will be the difference between 100 minus kawaida tu. So itakuwa 80%. Hiyo ni 80%. You can confirm this divided by this times 100. This one toa hii. Hii tukitoa itakuwa ngapi jamani? 72.5. Yes, 72.5. Please confirm. Confirm that those are the computation 5,000. Kuna mtu ameuliza, ni 71. Kuna mtu ameuliza swali hapa juu, wacha tuone. Adams, gross profit computation is 5,000 or 9. The negative is Ahmed. Wewe. To get the gross profit, you less the cost of sale, right? So this is 5,000. 5,000. So it's becoming 71.5%. So like that. Hii huwezi anguka bwana. Hii huwezi anguka. Unachapa like that. Then we move to the next item. Give me the admin for M Limited. Admin, what is the percentage of the admin for M Limited? M Limited. M Limited. Ngapi? Admin 500 divided by 7,000 times 100. 7.1%. 7.1%. Haya, twende kwa admin ya N. Admin ya N. It will be 200 divided by 5,000 times 100. Gapi? N. Admin ya N. N for notebook. 4%. And lastly, the last item that we have, know that we could have all the items up to where we have the profit after tax or profit for the year, but to this point tutakuwa ushaelewa what is happening because it is all the items tuna treat like that. Haya, patie hapo year 200 divided by 7,000 times 100 itakuwa kitu kidogo, 2.9%. What about on the other end? On the other end, 300 divided by 3 times 100. It will be more than 4 kidogo. More than 4 kidogo. More than 4 kidogo. 6%. 6%. 6%. Great. 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 So, between the two companies, what is that last item in the income statement? The distribution cost. Distribution cost. Distribution cost. This one. Distribution cost. If you look at the two companies, if you want to consider or to look at the cost of sale that was used, company M used more cost of sale. In fact, 28.5% of this is used as the cost to do what? To purchase item, to be sold. Now, how now do we regulate? How do we make sure that at least we reduce cost in order to maximize profit? You just check, usually check what is happening. It is easier to look at the percentages and to understand the percentages than numbers or figures, right? Percentages. Like if I look at admin cost is 7.1 here. Admin cost here is 4%. Distribution cost, this is 2.9. Here they did very well. This distribution cost is a little bit high, double of this one. So you can advise company N to at least check on their distribution cost in order to maybe maximize their profit at the end of the day. Another thing is that they need to check on their admin. And as they check their admin, I know salary falls here. Salary falls where we have the admin cost. Let them not touch salary that they want to increase profit. They reduce salary for the employee in order to increase profit. No, that way the company will be performing poorly. Because remember, employees are the greatest asset that you have. Employees are the greatest asset that you have. If you cut their salary, it's like you're cutting their hands, right? They will not be able to perform very well. Their productivity will go down. Therefore, as you touch on the admin cost, check other things. Check electricity. What else? What else fall under admin? What else fall under admin that we can check instead of looking at the employee salary? What are some of the components of admin cost? Tuko na electricity, tuko na water. Check whether you can have a borehole, right? Have a borehole so that you don't pay a lot of money. Rent, also rent, So there are some of the things that you can check. Don't adjust the employee salary downward, expecting that the company will be performing well. No. They are the greatest assets in that company. In fact, without them, your company cannot generate any revenue, generate any advertisement. No, advertisement go to distribution. Yeah? So you also need to check the distribution. So that's how now you go to the extent of elaborating and trying to let the financial statement make some sense. Class, are we together? Pamoja? Are we together? Pamoja? Are we together? Any question as far as that is how you analyze. And hakuna maneno mingi. That's how simple it is when you talk about the common size or vertical analysis. That's how simple it is. I want us to do that of balance sheet or statement of financial position. Let's do one of statement of financial position. 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 A question there? A question there. Can you be told to analyze 3 companies? The same question coming from yeah, if companies are in the same line of business, you can analyze. But I've never seen them bringing 3 companies. But even if they bring 3 companies, it is possible for you to analyze. The procedure is the same. Just have to add the other company items here, and then the column for analyzing. Yeah, you can be brought. You can also be able to do that. So statement of financial position. So for the balance sheet, so still for N and M, so details. I have my M limited, percentage, kawaida to N limited, percentage, like that. So at this point, I can have the non-current asset. Land and building, motor vehicle, furniture and fitting. So land and building for M limited is 10,000. 5,000. 2,000. 1,000. 1,000. Current assets. Niko na inventory. Hata sitakuwa na cash. Kwa na receivable pekee hivyo. Kuje niweke ngapi? 2,000. 1,000. Hapa niko na 500. 200. That. Total asset. So this is 23,000. This is 4,700. 4,700 total asset. Well, I can double line here. Double underline there. And then I have financed by. Ordinary share capital. Ordinary share capital hapa niko na 15,000. 15,000. Hapa niko na 2,000. Reserves niko na ngapi? 3,000. Hesabu hapa niko na 7,000. 700, sorry. 700. Non-current liability. So long-term loan. I have 3,000. Long-term loan hapa niko na 1,000. And then I have current liability will be the last item here. Current liabilities. I'll be having current liability, trade payable. So the last item here is trade payable of 2,000. And trade payable of 1,000. So 1,000. Let me see whether I can adjust for you this part. Trade payable 1,000, like that. So the last item here is 2,000, like that. Then the total, is it adding up? Total, is it adding up? Total. You guys are 15,000 in 18, 21, 23. Yeah, it's adding up 23,000. No, the other one is 47, not 23. The other one is 47, 4,700, 4,700. Good. Now to analyze this, simple. You just express any item here as a percentage of total asset. Unajiangalia total asset ndio hii. So nitakuwa na 10,000. This one I'll be having 10,000 divided by 23,000. Times 100. Itakuwa ngapi? So tupate hii percentage ya land and building. What is the percentages? %43 hapa. Haya, twende kwa nyingine. 2,000 divided by 43.5. Okay, 0.5. One decimal place itafanya kazi vizuri. 0.5%. Haya, twende kwa nyingine. 2,000 divided by 4,700. Hiyo ndio total asset ya hii. So lazima ukuwe ukiangalia each company iko na item yake. Each company iko na item yake. Each company iko na item yake. 42. Hala, kweli zinaenda kukaribiana. 2,000 divided by 47, 42.6. George, hiyo yako ikwaje? Hii 42.6%. Hiyo napewa 42.6%. 42.6%. George, hiyo yako iko namna gani? Haya, twende kwa next. Twende kwa hii ingine. Twende kwa hii sasa, motor vehicle. 5,000 divided by, lazima reference yako ni total assets. Sawa. Haya, sawa. Reference yako ni total asset. Nipatie hiyo ingine. 21.7%. Ya kule. The other side. The other side. 21.3. Kwani hizi zilikuwa zina they're almost same, Okay, no worries. tuko hapa 5, this will be the same hii itakuwa same 21.7%. Hata hii ingine imekuwa rahisi sana, same for years, fixed cost sawa. Haya, twende kwa hii 2000 divide by 23. 2000 divide by 23, tuko pale hiyo ya 2000 divide by 23, 8.7%. Twende kwa 5000 divide by 47. 5000 divide by 47. 500 divide by 4700. Not thousand, it is 100. Pata ngapi? Unapata ngapi pale? Hapana, 500 itakuwa 10 divide by this. Si 10 ni mingi ama iko tu sawa? 500 divide by 4700 as a percentage ni 10.6. Oh, 500 naona kama ni kidogo sana. 10.6%. Okay. That was the inventory for that company. Let's go to 1000 divide by 23, like that. Tusonge hivyo. Tutafika somewhere here, so that nipatie hiyo ya 1000. 4.3%. Twende kwa, this will be 100%, of course. This will be 100%. Now our total asset ndio 100%. 200 divided by 47. 200 divided by 4700. 4700, yes. 200 divided by 4700. 4.2, 4.3, 4.3. People are giving. Hey, zinimetoshana. Hii nayo. Aya. Can see something in the two companies. Can see something. So let's go to ordinary share capital. Ordinary share capital huku ni ngapi? Ordinary share capital. Ordinary share capital ni ngapi? Ordinary share capital ni ngapi? 15,000 divided by 23. Hiyo percentage iko juu. Itakuwa juu. It is even more than 43. 15,000 divided by 23,000. 23,000. Itakuwa ngapi? 65.2%. 65.2%. Haya, twende kwa ingine 2000. 2000 I had it somewhere. So it is 42.6%. Twende kwa reserves. 3000 divided by 23,000. Reserve. Tulikuwa na 3000 mahali? Hapana. Maybe if I add the two. I don't know whether it can work. Can it work? Ongeza hizi bidi ikue 13%. Hiyo ni 13. Inaingiana. Thank you so much. 13%. 13%. Haya, 700 divided by 47. Tulikuwa na 7 bado. Maybe tuongeze hizi bidi as well. It will be 14.9. Si ndio? Hizi nikiongeza hii na hii ni 7. So nikiongeza the percentages. 14.9. 700 divided by 47. 14.9. Yes. It's really working well. Then we had 3000 somewhere. 13%. And then 1000 tulikuwa nayo mahali 21.3%. 21.3%. And then 2000 tulikuwa nayo mahali 8.7%. 8.7%. And this total liabilities is 100%. Tumemaliza. Shamaliza. So, as far as the analysis of balance sheet is concerned, this is how you're supposed to do it. Mentioned item huku chini. We try to add something. Huku chini tuko na financed by ordinary share, ndizo hizo. Reserves, ordinary share na reserve. Alafu tuko na non-current liability, tuko na long-term loan. Alafu current liability, tuko na trade payable. Now, to give comment, because it is always good to give a comment on this. It's always good to give a comment on this. When you look at the land and building, or when you look at the asset of this company, the two, M Limited has more asset compared to N Limited. The asset of M Limited are valued at 23,000, while that of N Limited are 4,700. But because this percentage, we are getting them depending with the total assets, so we are considering the total assets of that specific company, the percentages are now giving us at least a clear picture of what is expected or what the company has. If I look at our inventory for my current assets, for my M Limited here, inventory, 2,000. The proportion or the percentage of my inventory as far as the assets, total asset for this company are concerned, is amounting to 8.7%. It's amounting to 8.7%. When I go to the other end of N Limited, I have inventory of 500. Inventory of 500. As far as the total assets are concerned, that is amounting to 10.6%. That means if you consider very well, this inventory is higher depending with the asset that we have by some point here, some percentage. Let's go to cost of sale, not cost of sale, but ordinary share. Ordinary share for this company is far much high compared to that of the N Limited, We know who are the shareholders, huh? Shareholders. So the more worker, they expect something from the company. At the end of the day, they expect something. Reserves almost the same, 13%, 14.9%, like that. So class, that's how you analyze the financial statement. While using the vertical method. That's how you analyze the financial statement while using the vertical method. Tuko pamoja? Can we look at the horizontal method, and then we move to looking for more illustration. Let's move to the other method. Oh, break, Brad, 603, yeah? 603. Okay. Okay, so class, George, maybe Brian wants to go for prayers. Is that okay, Brian? So maybe you can consider that for around 5 minutes. 5 minutes. 5 minutes. 5 minutes. So let's consider. So once we come back, we are going to look at trade analysis or horizontal method. So let's just have a break of 5 minutes. So we shall be back at around 6:10. trend or horizontal analysis. Once you get a percentage change, are you supposed to comment for every item? Not really, not really, not really, not really, not all the items. You just check those items that have greater impact, those items that have greater. Sometimes examiner will suggest for you to comment on several items. So examiner will guide you. Examiner will guide you. Maybe comment on the gross profit, comment on the cost of sale. So examiner will guide you. Thank you for that question. Thank you for that question. Good. Now, look at trend analysis or horizontal. So as the name suggests, horizontal, horizontal, horizontal. So we are trying to compare. We are trying to compare what was there, what was the revenue last year as compared to this year. So at this point, we shall be dealing with the years, right? So it's the same company. Now here we shall be dealing with the same company. For the vertical analysis, we've been looking at different companies, right? But they're in the same line of business. Different companies, but they're the same line of business. For trend analysis, we are going to look at the same company. The financial year, different financial year for the same company. Different financial year for the same company. So what we do here is that we try to look at the base year. What is the base year? The base year will always be the previous year. The previous year. If somebody give you 2020 and 2021, somebody give you 2020 and 2021, these are the financial year for a certain company, maybe ABC Limited. ABC Limited. I have financial statement here 2020, but here financial statement is 2021, right? Which one do you think will be the base year for us? Ama the year of reference. The year of reference where we refer. Lazima kuwe na somewhere to refer. 2020 will be the year of reference. It will be the base year. So hapa sasa unafaa tu kushika base year ni gani? Base year ni gani? So that you're able to know whether there was an increase or a decrease. Whether there was an increase or a decrease. Base year. Base year. Base year. Base year. Okay, maybe you can have some literature kidogo hapa. You write something and then we have an example. So you say that in this analysis, what informs the base year? Okay. This is Vincent. Base year automatically utajua. Base year ni ile previous. Unaona ile previous. Previous, si current. Kama tukiangalia sasa between this and this, the current year yenye tunaweza sema as at now is 2021. Uko 2025, right? So ukipewa 2003 na mwingine na hapa wengine umpewa 2004. Sasa base year ni 200, the previous year. Current ni 2004. Yeah, previous year. Previous year. Good. You're saying that you're writing some research kidogo and then we have an illustration. In this analysis, the trend percentage are calculated. In this year, in this analysis, the trend percentages are calculated for each item. The trend percentages are calculated for each item. Are calculated for each item. Are calculated for each item by taking the figure. By taking the figure of that item for the base year taken. The figure of that item. For the base year taken. For the base year taken. Nitakuonyesha kwa mfano. Generally, the first year is taken as the base year. Base year. The analyst is able to see the trend of figures. We shall be able to see how the figures are going. Able to see the trend of figures. The analyst is able to see the trend of figures, whether moving upward or downward. Whether moving upward or downward. Yes. So regardless, kama ikuwe balance sheet, ikuwe income statement, look at the base year. Base year iko wapi? Base figure ni gani? Haya, example. Below are the financial statement of ABC Limited. ABC Limited. Analyze them. Analyze them using horizontal method. Horizontal method. By the way, for the vertical analysis, what was the maximum, the highest percentage that we had? I want to show you something here. What was the highest percentage that we had? It was that of revenue, right? The highest that we had is that of revenue. When we come to trend, you can get even 1,000%, right? Remember, this we are looking at the magnitude, right? Imespread kwa kiwango gani, right? That degree of spread. Kiwango. Your change. So we can have even 500% change, right? 600%. So for this one, don't be surprised when you get more than 100%. You can get more than 100%. Note that. So let's have the format kidogo kabla tuone swali. Format kidogo, so that the format utakuwa kutumia format kidogo. Format kidogo, you can have it here. This one, details. So more space should be on your right, more space. Kampuni zinakaribiana, miaka zinakaribiana, so more space. So you'll be having maybe revenue for year 2019, 2020, like that. So revenue yako hapo, like that. Then unasema kama kulikuwa na increase ama decrease. increase ama decrease. Compare between this and this, was there increase or decrease of revenue? Unasema hapa kama ni increase unaweka positive, kama ni decrease unaionyeshaga hapa na negative, unaweka bracket kama ni decrease. Sawa sawa. And then mwisho ndio tunaweka percentage. Mwisho tunaweka percentage change. Percentage change. Of course, it will be to get the percentage change, class, to get the percentage change, you pick from here. Whatever that you got, if it was an increase, unachukua hiyo value, the value of increase itself, divide by the base year value or base year amount, right? If it was a decrease, you do the same. But remember, don't put the percentage as a negative. Hapana. Si ushaonyesha hapa, ushaonyesha examiner hapa using a bracket that it was a decrease. So for the percentage, just put it. Vile unapata, we shall be able to know that it decreased with the percentage that you give there. It decreased with the percentage that you give there. So hiyo ndio ka format inakaa hivyo. Hiyo ni one item. I've just put one item. Kwa anasema explanation. So ka format, this is just a simple format to help you understand how you will be arranging your work. When it comes to trend analysis or horizontal, you see we are doing it in a horizontal manner. Hata ningekuja na cost of sale hapa, cost of sale hapa nitapata item, item, item like that. Kama ilipungua ni sawa, nitaweka alafu nitapata total. Ona. So unaziandamanisha hivyo. So to get the percentage ndio nimesema kwamba kindly don't put it as a negative huku. Kama ilipungua, kama ilipungua usiweke kama negative. Negative. If you say it decreased ni sawa. Inatuonyesha kwamba it decreased. That's okay. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. Then gross profit the same. Like that. So allow us to have this example. So for me, I can just wrap this and continue with I put now the real figures here. Revenue niko na 2000 hapa. Hapa ilikuwa 1500. Alafu hapa cost of sale niko na 500. Natoa in 200. Or let me have 600 hapa. 600. Alafu tunapata gross profit 1500. Hapa tunapata 900. Wacha kwanza tu work na hizo. Wacha tu work na hizo. Wacha tu work na hizo. So class, if you look at our revenue, did it increase or decrease? Did it increase or decrease? When you're teaching a physical class, they just say crease. Crease. You're not able to know, but now online is better. You type. Online is better. So did it increase or decrease? Revenue. Aya, hiyo nataka tu ikuje from that. Did it increase or decrease? Decrease. Decrease. People are saying decrease. In 2019, which is the previous year, the revenue was 2,000. In 2020, the revenue dropped to 1,500. So it decreased. Sasa, what is the amount of decrease? What is that value of decrease? 1,500 minus 2,000. So it will be negative 500. Hapo ndio unaletaga negative. Sawa sawa. Muhimu sana. Muhimu sana. So what is the percentage decrease? Now the percentage that we shall be having there, it is percentage decrease of our revenue. What is the percentage decrease? 25%. Thank you so much. Hii ni rahisi sana. Hii ukishajua inakuwa very, very simple. Haya, tuende kwa cost of sale. Borderless, ondoa hizo bracket. Wewe usiangalie ati bracket. Bracket nilikwambia kwamba inamaanisha this was a cost. This was a cost. So wewe unaondoa bracket, unaona figure peke yake. Unaangalia figure peke yake. Usianze kusema minus, hapana. Hakuna minus hapa, hapana. Unaiangalia literally kama figure. So, what happened to our cost of sale? What happened to our cost of sale? Did it increase or decrease? What happened to our cost of sale? Did it increase or decrease? Unaangalia tu figure peke yake. Figures. It increased with how much? Thank you so much. It increased, it went up. With how much? Hapa tulikuwa na 500, hapa 600. So with 100. Great. So your increase unaishow hapa. Hivyo. It is an increase, positive like that. Increase. So what is the percentage increase of our cost of sale? What is the percentage increase of our cost of sale? 20%. This 100 divide by 500. Base year. Don't divide by ati kwenye tuko current year. No. Base year. 20%. And then we go to the cost, the gross profit. What happened to the gross profit? Decreased or increased? Of course, these are decrease with 600. Decrease, na 600, give me the percentage. It's a decrease, therefore I need to put a negative like that. Give me the percentage decrease for my gross profit. Percentage decrease for my gross profit ni ngapi? 40%. Hivyo. That's done. Hivyo ndivyo unafaa kufanya. The same case apply when you go to the balance sheet of the same balance sheet. Ama statement of financial position. Nimekuwa tuna hizo item chache, but remember you can have all the items treated like that. So balance sheet hapa, details kawaida, and current asset 2019, 2020, increase, decrease, percentage change. So non-current asset inaweza kuwa maybe na PPE 7,000, 10,000. Niko na motor vehicle 2,000, 1,500 vehicle, and so on. Hivyo tu, hii napatia tu kitu yenye itakuguide vizuri. So PPE, when we look at the PPE, what happened to the PPE? 2019, the value of property, plant and equipment was 7,000. 2020, the value went to 10,000. Higher. Remember, this is the same company. Was there an increase or a decrease? This is an increase. With how much? 3,000. An increase with 3,000. So how much, what is the percentage of increase? Give me the percentage of increase. 3,000 divided by 7,000. So hapa unaangalia each item. So itakuwa ngapi? Percentage increase. How much is our percentage increase? 42.9%. 0.9%. Motor vehicle decreased by 500. Decreased by 500. So 500 hapa ni negative. Divide by 2,000. 500 divided by 2,000. Takuwa ngapi? Nataka sasa we interpret. We give us some comment kidogo ya hizi. Nipatie 500 divided by that. Unachukua ikiwa positive. Ikiwa 25%. 5%. Thank you so much. Now class, I want us to at least comment a little bit on this. We comment a little bit on this. Remember, there is the same company, ABC Limited. These are two different financial statements. So financial statement for 2019, the same company, ABC Limited. Financial statement for 2020, ABC Limited. Good. Good. I want us even to suggest what this company need to be to do in order to maybe improve on its revenue. The revenue for 2019 was 2,000. The revenue for 2020 dropped by 500 and it became 1,500. What do you think might be the cause of the reduction of revenue? What do you think might be the cause? There are many factors that may lead to revenue decreasing or going down. What do you think are some of the factors that may have led to that decrease? What do you think? A decrease of 25%. Just imagine 25%. Inflation rate. Inflation rate. Okay. Inflation rate. Yeah, we can also have a factor like pandemic, the COVID-19. You can say it is strike hard on that. Political instability, yes. Yeah. Sales on credit, yeah. And those sales, maybe they were not recovered. Yeah, when you say on credit, and your credit customer does not pay, where depreciation, revenue, customer preference changed, yes. Investment on asset, customer preference changed, sawa. Investment on asset, please convince me how. HP, investment on asset. Tuko hapa, tunaangalia hii item kwanza, revenue la. Investment, if we invest, I expect that at least even revenue itaenda juu kidogo, because before we invest, we analyze. Before we do investment, we do analyze the project. So those are some of the factors that would have caused the reduction of revenue in this company. So as a financial analyst or a financial reporting a student, you can be able even to advise this company on what they need to do in order to recover their revenue back, or to get to where the revenue was, and even earn more. What are some of the suggestions that you can give them? So you can tell them maybe to avoid selling on credit, or to have a credit policy, right? A credit policy, a policy that encourages their credit customers to buy, to pay on time, right? So you can advise, depending with that analysis, you are able to see what that can be done. Then they made a very big mistake when we go to the cost of sale. Which mistake did they do? They made this company in 2019, 2020. I wonder those people who are in the management, more so in the finance section, there was a problem. So which mistake did they do? When you look at the cost of sales, the cost of sale, you see, in the previous year, it was 500. Now in this 2020, the cost of sale went high to 600. 600. So they were not able to manage their cost of sale. If the profit, they found that revenue has decreased, they could have regulated or managed their cost of sale in order to make sure that the profit at the end there is not much affected. Because this one will affect the profit, the total profit that we shall get at the end of the day. And that's why you see even the gross profit is down there. Let's look at the PPE, the balance sheet, statement of financial position. If you look at the PPE, in year 2019, they had 7,000, or the PPE, property, plant, and equipment, worth 7,000. In the year 2020, they had PPE worth 10,000. What has happened? What do you think has happened? What do you think has happened? What do you think has happened? Why? They have purchased, wamenunua, PPE, property, plant, and equipment, wamenunua. There's an acquisition of PPE, right? Wame-acquire PPE. Maybe now they've seen that during that year, we need to add something in order to increase on production, increase on production. So at least they are now coming up well. They are now coming up well. Now coming up well. They're now coming. Maybe they bought towards the end, probably towards the end of the financial year. Motor vehicle, 2,000, and then 1,500. What do you think might have happened? Depreciation, yeah. Depreciation, disposal, maybe wakauza motor vehicle worth 500. Of course, this should be in millions, either in millions or in thousands. Millions. Motor vehicle worth 5,000. So either waliuza, either it depreciated, and that's led to the reduction. That's how you analyze. That's how you analyze. Let me maybe put another item here. I don't know. I want to have a percentage which is more than 100. Here you have furniture and fitting. Furniture and fitting. 1,000. Furniture and fitting 1,000. Furniture and fitting, alafu wakanunua mingi kabisa 10,000. Acha tuone hii kama itapatia. Haya, what has happened to furniture and fitting? Ime increase na 9,000. Haya, what is the percentage increase? What is the percentage increase? Yeah, that can happen. That can happen. Can happen. What is the percentage increase? Yeah, our furniture and fitting can really happen. 9,000 divided by 1,000 times 100. Takuwa gapi? 900%. Nilikuwa nataka hiyo. Yes. Ili hata kwa mtihani ukifanya hesabu yako, if you deal with the trend analysis kindly, hata ukipata 1,000%, know that you are in the right track. You are on the right track. On the right track. You can get more than 100. For trend, we're looking at the degree of change there. The degree of change. Degree of change. So are we all together? Sasa ukipewa swali unaweza fanya. Are we together? For the ratio, hiyo sasa tutaiangalia baadaye. Leo nataka tusimamie hapa hivi. So tufanye sasa exercise. Are we together? Are we together? Are we together? Are we together? Who have come across a question on this? Who have come across a question on this? Let me find here. Let's look at a question. December 2023. Hebu kwanza tuangalie hiyo December 2021 question 3. We see whether it has such. December 2023. 2021 question 3. 2021 question 3. Let's check. December 2023. 2021, sorry. 2021. Hiyo ni ya ratio analysis. Hiyo ni ya ratio analysis. Ratio analysis. Want the one for either common size. Na ujue hii topic pia iko kwa financial management. So look at the question. It was the question I wanted us to try. We have seen one question. Zinafanana hizi maswali, so tutazipata tu. FM April sitting. Oh, deck pilot paper. Ziko mingi, eh? Yeah. You can be sharing them, John, Vincent. Yeah, April 20. FM April 2025. Yeah. Ziko mingi, yeah? Ziko mingi. Hata hii August walileta. Is this for 2025? Share all those questions. You see this one. Share all those questions so that we can attempt. Financial reporting. You can take a screenshot. Take a screenshot. Deck 2024. Share them. Take a screenshot. You can share them. We attempt very fast. I'm also looking at others here. We share all those past paper with such questions. That for April 2025. So you attempt all those questions. Yeah, that for April is a nice one. Venture capital. Yeah. Brook Limited, that's okay. So share them. Ziende zikuje zote. You do practice kabisa. Zikuje zote. So that now when we meet next, itakuwa kuangalia nini? Itakuwa kuangalia the ratio analysis. So the rules, usisahau rules. Kwanza tuanze na hizo. Mr. Gideon ametuma, Millicent ametuma. Tuanze na hizo mbili. Let's work on the two. So once you're done, please share. I'm going to mark financial management, the assignment that I had given yesterday. I'm going to mark. I saw several people have shared their work. I'm going to mark. So ukimaliza hizi pia natuma. So that is what you're going to do. Next time we meet, we shall be looking at ratio analysis. Ratio analysis. So any question you find, asking you about the trend, asking you about the common size, kindly do it. Ukipatana na hizo maswali zote unafanya zote. Practice, make perfect. Otherwise, that marks the end of our today's session. Thank you so much for having time to attend and sacrifice for that. allow us to end at that point. Goodbye. Have a blessed day. See you tomorrow.